We were joining Bruta at the base of the mountain of Aurora's Peak. As you guys arrive there, you see ruined tents and previous supplies and what remains of those that were camping outside the vault or the mountain before finding the entrance and pushing inward. You guys did kind of go over some of the belongings and the camp. I don't believe you guys gave me an investigation check, so we'll catch up with that in just a moment. But you guys were discussing your next steps, whether or not you all seemed like you all needed a long rest, but whether to go into the vault, the caves of the vault, and rest, or rest outside here in the elements. You guys have yet to decide, and that's where we will rejoin you guys. Can I get an investigation check for those that were checking the supplies or what remained at the camp when you guys arrived outside Aurora's Peak? Okay. Anybody helping Salim look around and search? All right. So I'll just say you guys are all helping each other. So with Salim's 15, that will discover a few things here. You will see just a few things. One of the things that you find that's left out is what looks to be like a tattered and weather-torn journal, or journal is what remains of the camp supplies. You'll find a few entries that are written. They have mixed different languages in the text. You'll see use of Orcish, Giant, as well as just Common in these pages. And you'll also, through the book, just kind of pick up, learn a little bit more about the strength of Zalak, the Kulofki, the master of the Riders of the Storm. And it kind of goes into some of the information about how his strength comes from his leader, or his strength comes a lot from his alliance with the Frost Giants, and that he's been able to like foster. It has a little bit more details about just the latest events of dealing with the Blackbeard's pirates, and also you'll see some notes about Sivius and Papyrus. It's not favorable writings. It's not like it's anything negative, or I'm sorry, it's not like anything anti them, but it's a lot of questioning and confusion pertaining to what they're doing here and what the Riders of the Storm are yet to receive from this alliance. I'll return back to you guys after you've done your investigation. What would you all like to do?
My vote is we take a short rest.
I think that's a good idea. Unless anybody else needs a longer nap.
Not really.
All right then.
Question about the camp. Is it basically one camp? Can we tell? Is it different camps, like multiple camps? One of them was here 10 years ago and one of them was here a month ago, and anything like that?
Good question. There are a couple of tents of what remains, but it all seems like they're about from the same time frame. None of them look like they've been here longer than the others. It does look like they once they found reprieve from the storm, they kind of abandoned the camp as soon as possible.
Can we tell, like, for instance, you could tell a dwarven tent from an elf tent? Can we gather anything like that from the tents and the equipment?
Let me think.
Idea as to what we're up against a little bit.
With the only being like tattered remains of what tents and camps were left, it's a little difficult to gather from just the tents and what remains there. But You guys would discover some broken weaponry and tools. Some of them seem like tools that would fit in any of your hands. Maybe a little big for you, Salim and Anika, but you will notice that there are some tools and weapons that are huge that would not fit even Lorna or Cronus's hands. These look to be for creatures that are much bigger than those creatures your size.
And then, lastly, what is our time frame? We took a long rest in those caverns with all the holes and the steam. Then we left that, and we were attacked by those ice worms, whatever they were called. And then we made it here. What's the timeline? Because I have 3 charges on my ring, and I gain the charges back at the beginning of the day. So I used a charge on those worms. I used 1 charge.
You guys have arrived at the base of the mountain at evening time because you could only use those horses or those elks for so long. I think that's what we figured out. You guys were just arriving at.
So then I wouldn't get that 3rd charge back until the morning. Okay.
Correct.
That's all for me.
Anyone else got questions, or anyone else would like to do something, or?
I would start a fire, a little campfire, so we can warm up a little bit.
Okay. You're gonna use a lot of the probably remaining pieces of the shelters and stuff, like any kind of material that would burn, from stakes or ropes that were left over to start the fire, and what little timber you can find in the area. You'll have a fire for a little bit. Broken tools.
I mean, that's if it's a large, say an axe, and it's very large, that's a whole
That's a whole log. You know what? That's a great point. You have a decent amount of fire, not to go the whole night, but you have enough tinder and lumber to keep a fire going for a couple hours. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? Are you guys going to take a try? Are you guys doing a short rest out in the outside? Or are you guys going to do a?
We don't really have the luxury of taking a long rest. They are ahead of us.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Just check it. On the hit what's the hit die for?
A short rest.
Short rest.
I did a short rest, and I did 2 hit dice out of my total of 13 to recover hit points.
Okay, well, hold off on that because we haven't decided we're doing the short. Are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We decided.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was going through everyone and asking what anyone wanted to do. So, if anyone wanted to do first, so Lorna and Cronus, is there anything you guys want to do before a short rest?
I don't really have anything for her. She's exhausted, so she's just gonna lay down by the fire, take a nap.
Okay. You guys are outside in the blizzard and winter. This is gonna be a rough, but the fire does help, and Gale's protection has made it bearable to get your short rest in. So yeah, go ahead and everyone do your short rest if you guys are expending hit die.
Don't we still have the early bird?
Yep.
Can't we take shelter in that?
We could. I think Lorna has it.
No, Anika
No,
has it.
I
first.
do.
You do.
Yeah,
She owns it.
Pop that shit out.
sure. Pop out the RV.
You guys are doing way better than some of these people with some of their cruder tents around the area. You guys are sitting pretty, and it makes this whole hour pass by a little bit more bearable. After the short rest, I assume, what do you guys want to do? Clap, or you guys just want to start heading to the mountain, or anything else you guys like to do heading out? Oh, a timeline you asked about for timeline wise. So you do know that that Civius Papyrus and others have at least gotten a day and a half head start in front of you guys since you guys until you guys stopped or freed Elsa. So Elsa did say once you released her from her prison, they would have their path would not be so easy forward. They would have to start solving the puzzles and encountering the dangers that lied ahead in the vault. So they're going to slow down a little bit, but they're still got a good lead on you. You know that's basically this is a race against time, but you know that this is a vault and it's pretty big and deep. So while time is of the essence, not improper planning or will also, might have negative side effects as well.
Also, anyone who's short resting can add a D10 because Song of Rest.
Woo.
Okay.
What's the D10 for?
Song of Rest.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd be a bard.
Yes.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do, or?
Oh, I need to roll for my staff. Okay. Got my charges back.
Okay.
All right. Anything else from y'all, or pushing forward?
Actually, before a short rest, would I have been able to use up my key points to do my hands of healing on myself?
Since it just happened, I'll allow it. Yep.
So I would be doing that.
Now I don't have. You're close to unlocking it, but you have not yet mastered it. Correct? Okay.
Yeah, I got eight completed, 8 correctly casted, 5 failed.
Gotcha. So go ahead and roll that dice. I think it was a I always forget.
D3.
D3, and I think everything's a success except for a 1.
So I have. Are we doing it 3 times?
Okay. Go ahead and roll 3 D3s.
Oh. Probably helps if I type in an actual command.
All right. 2 of them successfully go off, healing you. And Cronus, you are now fully capable of casting the spell without it risking a chance of failure. You have mastered this ability.
Alright.
That's
right. 20 more.
Yep. All right. Otherwise, you all pack up what little things you got out during the short rest and head towards the mountain. Or,
Mm-hmm.
So Gale leads you closer and closer until she takes you into like a little passageway, which leads you deeper within the mountain until you come across this glowing entrance of these mountainous walls that kind of jut out and start to grow or look like they grow into one another, merge and form this archway, and you see a glowing light just kind of radiating out the entrance as you and your group approaches the entryway. As you guys approach the door, the threshold of this cave, you'll feel all sorts of feelings go through your body. You'll feel the frigid cold, the sense of warmth, uh, feeling energy in the air just around your body, and wind kind of pushing you into the entryway itself. All these kind of feelings kind of come over you all at the same time, and as you pass through the threshold, you all will be within this large, massive, icy cavern that seems to have a trail that zigzags back and forth, further and further deeper into the cavern ahead. As you guys continue into this cavernous hall, it kind of gets really quiet, and besides just your steps in this massive area, you'll see there's some remnants of other encampments here as you guys continue forward along this passageway, and you'll see more kind of camps in better shape than they were outside. More weapons that are still kind of not as crudely broken, or that are still in full form. But it seems like it is not, or a lot of people have cleared out of these camps recently.
When you say like broken weapons, is that from battle or is that just from
From use, it could be
poorly made?
it could be all of the above. Just normal wear and tear. But just just normal wear and tear, not like necessarily like you don't see a battle broke out. You just see that there's just remaining equipment and stuff that got left behind because either it was poor quality or already starting to break. So as you guys kind of make it through this kind of ruined area campsites and keep pushing down this path, you'll start to see crystals in the ceiling that kind of glimmer with faint blue light and kind of give off the glow of like far off distant stars. Eventually you guys will see off in the distance some more tents, but these don't look to be in ruins and disassembled, but rather you see two or three tents that are well in good shape and a flickering flame from a campfire off in the distance. Looking just past this campsite and the red ember of fire coming off in the distance, you'll also see that there is a large archway that kind of goes up to some ruined steps and goes deeper into the vault leading away from this campsite. You guys are quite a distance away. You guys saw the campfire from a distance away, so you guys can approach, but you guys can also let me know if you guys want to change your approach style. I'm just assuming you guys are going normal pace unless you guys tell me otherwise.
I think we should go a little slower and like keep an eye out.
Quieter.
Stealth.
Yep.
Okay. If you guys want to approach stealthily, just go ahead and give me a stealth check for you.
Okay. I am sorry in advance. Yep, there we are.
Okay. All right.
For some reason, Lorna has the crunchy snow while the rest of us has that soft, powdery snow.
It's probably because she doesn't have any cold resistance to anything. Yeah.
Hold on. For some reason, I thought you did have cold resistance.
Nope.
No.
Why did I think you had cold?
I don't. I have nothing.
It's just the way she carries herself. Very confident.
Yep, exactly. Well, we have the cold resistance because of... I want to call it Sprig, but it's not Sprig.
Gale. You got the winter endurance on saving throws against environment. Oh, that's what it is.
Environmental things, yeah. Yep. But that's about it.
I should have did that. Anyway, I'm going to keep an eye out or keep an ear out. Try to hear if there's anyone still around in the area.
Okay. Um, all right. As you guys approach or keep making your way down the path, Lorna, you do stumble, making some noises on the rocks, having them kind of clang off the side of the path that you're following, approaching this entryway in this camp up ahead. Luckily, you have some distance, and now you see no motion from the camp that's a decent ways off in the distance. And there's doesn't seem to be anything in the immediate area reacting to the noise that you're causing. So, for now, you don't think your misstep has been detected by others. You guys continue to make your way further. You guys are now very, very close, where you would have to really kind of watch your step and really take cover from place to place to keep approaching the tents. Are you all going to slink your way up to the tents this way, or are you guys splitting up? What would you guys like to do?
I think a couple of us should just go and scout it out and then come back.
That works. Why don't?
It's only saving throws. Shit.
Depending on who goes up, I have one Earring of Whisper. Cronus, I believe, has the other. So I'll stay back here with whatever y'all want to do.
What is the light situation like?
Dim light.
So it is dim light?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
that
wow.
again. The crystals and stuff out of the ceiling kind of give that, faint starlight glow to the whole cavern.
Oh yeah, hell, I can just go invisible and walk up there real quick.
So go have a peekaboo.
Yeah, I will go ahead, turn invisible, and sneak up and scout it.
Anybody else wanting to scout, or are you guys just sitting Cronus ahead on his own?
I think he should be okay on his own.
Yeah, we can see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can't really see me, but
We can see the
I see everything.
true.
All right. All right, Cronus, as you make your way forward, you turn invisible, and you approach the tents. I will go ahead and need one more stealth check, with advantage, of course, from being invisible.
oh wow.
What?
Good.
That I wasn't expecting that. All right, well, hold on. I gotta check some passives now.
Actually, I have an inspiration die still that I have never used.
You are welcome to use it at this time if you'd like.
Yeah, I will go ahead and use it. I just don't know what it is. Because it wasn't Anika's, it was one that you gave out.
It's normally
No,
advantage.
that's the regular. Yeah, so you just re-roll.
It's just fake token.
Oh, okay. And
The
turn
only,
that off.
the only difference is that you can't share those with other.
Wow!
God.
But
Oh no.
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh.
so invisible Cronus just stumbles his way into camp.
Yeah, on the ceiling. This is fine.
You are still invisible, so I mean that's important to note.
Huh? What was
This is
that?
how I imagine this going down. All right. So, Cronus, as you approach, you have your, you have this confidence in the fact that you're completely unseen at this point, and you make your way up to the tent. A little too sure about yourself, though. As you approach, you kind of make a little noise as you kind of approach the perimeter of the camp. No immediate rustle or discern, but you are starting to hear voices up ahead from the campfire, and you make your way further in to try to get a good listening point where you can eavesdrop or look into what's going on. Upon your approach, you will hear the voice of a large the voice from two large creatures coming ahead before you see them, as well as a third smaller voice. One of the large voices says, "Boss, this ain't sitting with me, right? Zalak's out of here now with Papyrus. Now we're stuck here guarding this cursed pass." You'll hear the other voice kind of speak and say, "I hear you," but who's gonna say anything to Ragnar? You know, he's gonna follow Zalak's orders. Things have definitely changed since Civius and Papyrus showed up, though. They're still talking, but when you try to break around the corner to get to see them, to visually see who's speaking, you forget the fact that just because you are invisible doesn't mean that you are untraceable. And as you start to walk around to get a better vantage point, you'll notice that one of the large trolls will notice some footprints appearing in the snow around the camp and look in your direction, where the footsteps kind of go behind another tent where you head to. So let me go ahead and put you on a map real quick here, Cronus, just to kind of visualize this better.
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and put everyone on the map just so everyone can kind of see what you're looking at. Let me get you. So you're going to be about right here. And then I'll go ahead and just put everyone else on the corner so you guys can see what's happening here. Okay, so let me give you a direction here, show to others. So you basically snuck up through here and came around the corner, and then as you try to go across the way to get a better view, they see your footsteps kind of ending right behind this tent. So you're kind of tucked away, but you definitely, as you're looking invisible in their direction, you see them noticing your footsteps, that they're kind of caught on to, hey, what's going on here? And they start to explore. You'll hear the one big voice.
I'm not on a map, by the way.
Neither am I.
None of us are.
Oh, dirt. There we go. Sorry, so let me repoint that. So you kind of came in between these supplies in the tent, and then you crossed over here to get a good view of who was speaking. And you will see these two larger creatures, these trolls, as well as a fairly large human. He's about as tall as Lorna is. So this guy will kind of get up and start to kind of come over this way a little bit to investigate the steps a little closer. Let me see here. Let's do a... Where are you at here? Perception. Wow, Cronus. You are very, very... Oh, wait, you don't have it. Or do you have advantage on stuff because of your...
Invisibility.
Invisibility.
Yep. All right. After investigating the footprints, he looks at it. He kind of looks in a couple different directions, and he'll kind of finish his patrol just momentarily, walking this way a little bit, going back the other way a little bit, trying to see what has caught his attention. But after not much fuss, no events, he kind of returns back to his group, and after a moment, just kind of sitting quietly to listen to his surroundings, he then kind of resumes his conversation. He goes, I don't know, what do we do, Thorgar? Things aren't right. The riders have always kind of coexisted out here, or learned how to deal with the shit we've been dealt with out here. But not everything's mad. The elementals are attacking us on sight. Spirits are enraged. We're not coexisting anymore like we used to. And I'm gonna go back to you, Cornus. What would you like to do as he kind of returns to that conversation?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make my way back to the group.
Okay. Well, let's try the stealth check again.
Uh-huh.
That's the Cornus I know. All right. As you start making your way back the way you came, you'll reunite with your friends who are a little bit further down the pass, behind cover. You rejoin them and let you take the floor.
Yeah, pretty much it just sound like they're just guarding the pathway here. And then they kept mentioning something about some people named Alex and what was it?
So the one name you'll recognize from when you guys first came to this area is Zalok, the giant slayer Kalovki. He's the leader of the Riders of the Storm, and he's most known for killing a giant and then through forceful diplomatic relations started an alliance with the frost giants in the northern Bone Frost Mountains. So that's the one guy you heard. The other names you heard were Papyrus and Sivius. Those are the dark disciples that you guys are chasing after. And then you just heard them talk to one another by their names.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the two disciples.
You would have heard of Ragnar as well. Ragnar is someone you haven't heard of before, but that is a new name that you heard.
Yeah, so pretty much I'll just rattle off those names and just say, like, it sounds like they're further ahead and they got kind of left behind to watch the passageway.
Thanks. So I'll go around them.
If we can, we might as well.
Yep. And if that doesn't work, talk him into leaving.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can is there a way to get over the other side without alerting them?
Neat.
I mean, I can distract them away from you guys if need be.
And then you run the other way and then poof back over to the other side?
I mean, I'll just catch up with you guys. It's not... Like, pretty much, I'll just... The direction you guys need to head, I'll just make sure they're facing the opposite way, investigating something.
I don't really like that plan, but that's just me.
I
Or we
could
could
lead
just-
them away with my major image, like we did with the golems.
Then that's also a spell you're using.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna minor illusion something in one of their tents.
Well, that's true.
Um,
Oh,
I mean,
can we tell what the tents look like? So, let me get rid of this Tempest Stranger picture. There we go. All right, so it looks like there's 5 tents, right? DM.
Yeah. Sorry, just go ahead and
He's the
show
one.
up.
He's the one we'd want to attack first, because he'll have magic.
so I could also darken the Oh, but I have to be close. Never mind.
But we have 5 tents. I see a little bit of a tent up at the top. So how's the camp laid out? Can we tell if these are sleeping tents or storage tents, or can we tell how many?
There are, I'll say, you know what? Only consider 4 tents on the screen.
Okay.
Again,
Can we tell by the setup of the camp? I assume there would be racks of weapons around, and maybe some pots and trash. Can we assume how many that we would be going up against?
It feels like this is primarily encamped by a forward positions kind of scouting positioning.
So
So it's very there's the people that you see outside, so you figure that those are at least account for 3 of the 4 tents. You're not certain without investigating the tents if there's more than that, but there just seems like there's enough supplies for an outpost position here.
So if you estimate, like, if we take a rest, we take 2 people, there's 5 of us, we take 2 people per watch, or 1 person per watch. So if you estimate 3 people per watch, that's like 9 people. What if those of us who are stealthy, make our way down here to this sled, and those of us who are flat-footed make lots of noise, no names, get ready, and then I can cast a cantrip, which doesn't cost anything, Firebolt. I could shoot it at a couple tents and catch them on fire, and that would cause a distraction that we could slip by them in the chaos. That's a possibility. What the added bonus that if there's somebody sleeping inside? 2 of these things popped up that they're trolls. Fire is bad for trolls. They would be damaged. Unless you want to go the stealthy way and everybody sneak by. Or go Cronus's way and he leads them off into one direction while we sneak behind them.
I'm just worried about how you're gonna get back, Cronus.
I mean, you remember that time I snuck into the orc camp, alerted everybody, and then still got away from them?
That's very true.
Actually, speaking of the orcs, who has the Deck of Illusion?
I'm pretty sure that was Faye.
That was
let me.
Cronus.
Oh, that's true.
Do what?
The Deck of Illusion.
I had it temporarily for that, and then I gave it back to Faye.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because we got it from Faye's grandmother's tomb.
Didn't we have 2?
I could just do Pass Without Trace and we just go for it.
We
True.
had 2 what?
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh,
Yeah.
no, never mind. I'm going crazy, it's fine. Nope. I got nothing.
All right, so far, the best ideas I hear was Cronus leading them away, and he meets up with us later, catching fire to a tent and slip by during the distraction. And the other one is Pass Without Trace. Those are the 3 that I like.
Yeah. Pass Without a Trace may get us further.
Maybe we do that
Distractions.
after? Or in combined?
Distractions have a problem of if they realize it's a distraction, then they turn and follow us.
Yeah.
So there's only so many places we could go.
All right. I think Pass Without Trace will be good then.
Okay.
Oh, I kind of like the pyro idea. All right. Are you guys okay with? You guys are going with the pass without trace strategy then?
Yeah. Doesn't
Okay.
work, then you can set things on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Or we
So
can
I will
talk to
use-
them and then set things on fire.
I will use two key points and do pass without trace.
All right. I will. That gives a +10 to everyone, I believe. Is that right?
Yes.
For their stealth rolls. Okay. So I will go ahead and need. If you all are now trying to sneak past this camp and towards the passageway.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hey, there we go.
27.
How do you add the 10?
You can
Could put
just
a
automatic if
modifier.
you want, but that's okay. You can just roll and just add 10. So Sky Warriors was
27.
22, 27.
The lowest is 22.
Jesus Christ, Cronus, it's a 39, isn't it?
No.
No.
32.
Oh.
That 29 was me getting out of the camp.
Oh, I'm looking at the first one. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let me. I really don't think any of them have anything higher than a 18. So, you guys will sneak your way up to the tents, following. Now that you've got a good lay of the land, Cronus, and how, again, this is more of an outpost than a fortification, if you will. It's just kind of like a scouting, enough for a scouting party here. So, as you guys approach the threshold, you guys will be able to kind of pass and slink your way through. You'll hear kind of the last, again, more talk, just the trailing sentences of more of the similar discussion between the creatures by the campfire. Then you'll hear, as you guys kind of make your way into the threshold and down the hallway, you'll hear the other one say, I agree, Grunk, but we follow Ragnar's command, and we have to hold this passage until he says otherwise. And they keep talking about same stuff as you guys slink your way into the tunnel and start making your way further away from this group. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before heading too far away, or
Yeah,
just
I'd like to say
heading
hi. No, not actually.
Bye.
Hi! Surprise!
Okay. You guys make it through the tunnel, and it gets colder and colder, but then you'll start to notice that the walls start to transform from cavernous, rocky walls to more stone-laid floors and more polished walls that kind of are built into the cavernous walls, but it starts to become less and less cavern and more structure that has been created inside of this massive mountain. As you guys get closer or keep going along the passageways, you're going to start to notice that there's intricate engravings across the walls. You'll notice the pictures and depictions of celestial beings and infernal entities locked in an eternal struggle. You'll see symbols that appear and shift in form. Their movements mirroring just the kind of flow between the celestial and infernal planes. All these kind of runes and markings and just carvings seems almost to be alive, magically kind of animate, as they are depicting this constant duel, if you will, between the spirit plane or among the spirit planes. As you guys continue your way through this pass, though, you will start to see that how the kind of passage tunnel way opens up more to an open area, which leading to a bridge. Across the bridge, you'll notice that there are some fortifications, some walls built, and you'll notice some large creatures, various sized creatures, standing amongst the crude fortifications and walking around past the gates ahead. when you look out into this opening room, you see just kind of a large fall that looks to be like it just goes into white light, and you can't see exactly where the ground or where the end is outside of this or below this bridge. And I'm gonna stop talking and see what you guys want to think, do, or ask.
How long does Pass Without a Trace last?
An hour.
And you still have it. You guys have not been walking that far or that long. I'll say you've got about probably 15 minutes left of it.
Same plan?
Sounds good.
I like it.
Sneak until we can't and then figure shit out?
That's pretty much always our plan.
We're just going to
I mean-
sneak all the way to the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
All of the other plans inevitably end up in those.
God, our thighs are gonna be like jacked by the end of this.
Telling me yours aren't?
Oh, hers already are. They're just gonna be even more jacked.
Like Chung Lee.
Yeah.
I will say that while your sneaking abilities should allow you to get past a decent portion of the bridge without being detected, there will be no way for you to go completely undetected with guards on the ramparts overlooking the bridge and for intruders, if you will.
What do the guards look
Wait.
like?
They're kind of similar creatures like you saw in the other room. There's some Goliath, humans, orcs, and trolls in this encampment ahead. You will see a new face. I'll go ahead and show that face here real quick.
I think I have this though, you guys.
More of
Oh.
an orc-looking creature with frost armor and furs and wielding a massive blade. But yeah, it looks to be more creatures that are more Riders of the Storm, more clan members of the Riders of the Storm.
Cool. Okay, so we're trying to get across this bridge. Can we just go under it? If, let's say, one of us could fly and carry the others at a time?
You may certainly try.
Like, say,
I mean-
Lorna with her winged boots?
Theoretically.
And Kronos could technically crawl on the underside of the bridge, carrying somebody.
What?
Liam and I are
What?
small enough we wouldn't even slow Cronus down.
Exactly.
Actually,
I have-
both of us probably wouldn't, and then you carry Skyboard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Skyboard could turn to a spider and can be carried by
No, not a spider.
Maybe a different
Anything
animal.
but a spider for her.
Maybe a mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but a spider will make sure that it doesn't fall off. You know, he'll get a nice
mean,
stick to her.
Look, if you want to be a mouse, you can fit in my pocket.
I will stick you in the bag of holding if you're a spider.
Yeah.
How'd your character die? My team member stuck me in a bag of holding while I was a spider.
I antagonized the barbarian. It didn't go well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot. The barbarian can't cast magic, but she has magic items.
Yeah.
I moved you guys to the new page to kind of give you a layout of the bridge, just to kind of show. Keep hitting me with your ideas. Just let me know what you guys would like to try. Obviously, you may try everything. I don't know what will be fruitful until you try it.
Okay, it's real quick. The trolls here. Are they like up in the air on a platform?
Like I was saying before, looking over the bridge, you'll see that it just goes into like white nothingness with glowing light coming from the pits or the depths. There's no clear ground or end to what's below this bridge. It's not clear to you what exactly is down there.
No, I mean, what I was meaning was, like, come on. Not let me go to ping here. Like, right here where this guy is he up on a platform?
These guys?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
No good. They had the high ground.
Yeah, but I can run up a wall and they can't see me.
You don't understand. They have the high ground.
They can see you. Or, I mean, if you run across the bridge, they will definitely see you.
What if I was invisible when I was running across this bridge?
That's another story. I will say, though, you're kind of in bright light. Not to say you couldn't baby step back into the tunnel and do it still. You could still, you just have to step back in the shadows and then you could do that. But in this room, it's kind of brighter light.
Well, if I hit bright light, I lose invisibility.
Oh, yeah. The glowing white light from the below this bridge would give out bright light, kind of eliminating that then.
Okay.
So, who is the? I think you're a druid, where you can change shapes.
Yeah.
Can you change into anything?
Technically I can, but I'm the kind of player that likes to limit myself. So I actually have a list of animals I could turn into.
So, could you turn into look like one of these trolls? These rangers?
I can't turn into a humanoid.
Oh.
It has to be a beast.
Could you turn into, say, a yeti?
That's a monstrosity.
Oh. I can disguise myself. So I could disguise. I make myself, including clothing, armor, everything, to look like whatever I want to for an hour. I could disguise myself to look like one of these troll rangers.
I mean,
Walk
are there
across.
short ones? Because we can only
A
change our
very, very
height so
tiny
much.
version.
Yeah.
A pocket-sized version.
I thought I saw Tempest Stranger.
It comes in, and just, I'm sorry. And I did not create a new token for every type. Not all rangers are necessarily going to be trolls. But I'm not creating a token.
And you said there were humans.
There are humans as well. But I will say that these rangers are trolls. The ones that look like trolls and humans and orcs are actually trolls, humans, and orcs on the screen right now.
Yeah, they look smaller.
You could go as like a well, I'm trying to think of a small creature that you could pass for.
Well, it says I can disguise myself as anything. It's magical. I changed my armor, clothing, everything to make it look like what I want it to be. The only way you can tell is if you brush up against me.
Well,
Say I have a hat and you try to touch the hat and there's nothing there.
but it doesn't allow you to change your height.
Right.
Not by much. You can change it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying you're a tiny creature, correct?
I can seem
Small.
1 foot shorter or taller, thin or fat.
Okay. Well,
So
you know what? I'll say that you could do at least with that. I'll say you could reach a medium-sized creature for sure.
Yeah, so I could be a medium-sized human with the furs and everything. I could walk across. 2 of us could, if somebody else can change into something, 2 of us could walk across. I have a, let's see, I have deception of +15 and persuasion of +15, so I would assume I could probably talk my way past these things. We get 2 of us across, and then I shoot fireballs at them, and they turn at us, and then the rest of you can hit them from behind. I want to shoot a fireball. Oh,
Trust
sorry.
me, we're gonna end up fighting at least one tiefling eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we're going to end up fighting something tonight. Firebolt, not fire.
To be fair, I've given you no fights yet.
But you will.
Yeah, we're not leaving the mountain without a fight, but
You can always chat. You can always talk.
Yeah, like I said, I have persuasion plus 15, so that's my whole spiel is deception and persuasion. That's everything I
mean,
got.
What if
Do
we
these-
can? What if Anika and Salim do kind of like convince these guys to let us pass?
I mean, we could. I can't make myself look different now, but yeah.
I mean,
It just were.
If they're as disgruntled as the ones Cronus
Yeah.
was talking about.
yeah, like they're left behind here. Oh, maybe not. I was gonna say maybe we're just reinforcements, and because there's humans there, there's all types of
Or-
things there.
Well,
We could be bringing in a prisoner. I mean,
you know,
it worked in Star Wars.
What's Star Wars?
what's that? But we could also play on the fact that balance is whack here.
Yeah.
I mean, Cronus told us about the other ones. Everything's out of balance here, and it's the fuckers' faults. And
Yeah.
hey, we're the ones that are going to go deal with the fuckers.
Yeah.
So they can sit here and be unhappy, or they can let us through and eventually get out of here to a balanced home. Right? Or we can kill them all. That's also an option.
That's plan B.
It's the
You'll
stick
start to
to
see
the carrot.
You guys will see one of the barbarians. These guys are moving. They're not just staying in place. You know, they're patrolling. But now you guys will only see probably one of these barbarians out with that orc that's pacing back and forth on the bridge.
I mean,
The orc, I will say you don't have to be very insightful to read the orc's body language, as it seems like he is fuming about something.
Ooh, we could use
plus,
that.
he looks pissed. Maybe we can figure out why.
I like this. I really like this.
Let's try
What can
it.
be the solutions to his problems?
So, disguise yourself, walk in boldly, act pissed.
I can't disguise myself.
Well,
I was just gonna go as me.
Yeah, just go ahead.
as a human of the what are they called, the Frost Riders or something?
Nah, sure.
Riders of the Storm.
Yeah. Or a motley
So-
crew.
Walking up, arms out,
I would say
or just walking
arms-
up confidently.
I would say confidently.
Yep.
All of
Arms
us are
not out.
going?
Why not?
Okay. Fuck it.
Walk up to the orc,
Whoa, hold
give
on.
him
You're all going as prisoners, or
no
I'm
or
No, prisoner.
I am going to wild shape into a wolf, an Arctic wolf.
Lorna so badly wants to pet the wolf. She might get her hand bitten off though.
I feel Lorna.
I'm gonna say, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
I feel Lorna and Cronus should. You should use your boots of flying, and we go under the bridge, out of their sight.
I like it.
So if it does go south,
As long as if it does go south, you're not all the way across the bridge and out of help's way.
Go
Oh
ahead
no,
and give
we'll
me
be right with you.
an intelligence check, Lorna and Cronus and Skyward.
Skyboard. You know that's going to be a bad thing.
Just wanna see who might be.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
intelligence check.
this is a great plan. I love it.
Cronus,
I
you
think mine's a
like
disadvantage.
Cronus, you like the sound of this plan, but you notice one key detail that might be a hitch, and that is that besides Salim disguising himself, none of you guys look like you are part of Riders of the Storm.
Yeah.
So,
Meaning,
Salim has Anika prisoner, walks her down the bridge
with my pet wolf.
with his pet wolf.
Mhm.
Lorna and I can fly under the bridge I can give up my earring to Anika, so that way Lorna and Anika can talk to each other as we're flying under the bridge, so we know we're not getting too far ahead.
You can. Okay. You guys can do whatever you want. I just wanted to make sure that you say that your character would make that connection. I just don't want you to
Mhm.
run over there and then you're like,
Oh no, I have no intention of running over there unless
okay.
unless we're starting to fight from this far away.
Gotcha.
Which
Okay.
doesn't sound like a good idea, but
So we're not looking to turn them just to get through.
I mean, you could try to turn him if you want. But you gotta get close enough to be able to talk to him first.
Let me take Anika and the wolf up. We'll talk to the orc, see how it goes. You guys can listen in, right, with the earring? Or does Anika
No.
have to talk?
Anika has
Anika
to
has to
talk.
talk.
But
Okay.
they could be able to hear from under the bridge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You guys will see, as you guys are discussing, the one barbarian kind of return with a humanoid in tow. He kind of drops him before the orc, and you'll see that the orc starts to like bout at them. He'll then reach over, grab the same humanoid creature, and toss him about 20 feet down towards the bridge, skipping him across the hard surface like a stone against the lake. And then we just go and pull this token, and he'll shout at the person to scurry on. See this guy kind of gets up and limps, kind of stepping his way across the bridge, heading your guys' direction.
Does he look like he belongs to the clan or someone else?
He does look like he belongs to the clan.
Well, since we got this plan this far, let's go before he gets here.
As he gets about that point on the bridge, the orc kind of gives the order to his archers to fire. One of them piercing through, and the other one hit nearby, but he falls kind of down across the bridge as he tries to kind of move away. The orc kind of steps back and barks some orders at his other soldiers, and they continue their patrols.
Either way, we should still probably go.
Just showing events that are transpired while you guys have strategized.
Maybe we should let them go kill each other.
We'll just wait till they kill everyone in their camp.
Hang on, do we still have... Does someone have manacles, or am I making rope? Using rope.
I'm a trickster. I can fashion a piece of rope to make it look like you're tied, and you can just pull your hands away and it'll fall apart.
I think you see Anika already like halfway through that knot and be like, oh, yeah. Thought it was
All right.
genetic.
We going?
No?
Wow.
All
Okay.
right. So Lorna and Cronus, you guys are trying to fly underneath the bridge stealthily.
Yep.
Please go ahead and give me a stealth check. You guys do have pass without trace still lingering. You were about probably five minutes left after strategizing for a while there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 20.
20? Okay, Cronus.
38.
Okay. Let me just read the sky self, because there is a investigation check against it. Let's see. Before. Does this change your voice at all, Salim, at all?
Let me see here.
Never mind. I don't care, because you're a performer, and I know you can
Yep.
you can
I
change
can-
your voice.
Yes, I can.
All right, so Cronus and Lorna, go ahead and place your guys' tokens if you guys are trying to hide. I guess I'll imagine you guys are trying to hide like down here on the underside of the bridge.
Perfect.
I've got Anika in tow, and I shove her every once in a while, you know, roughly like you would do a prisoner. We stop at this body, and I kick it as we go on up to the orc.
Just kind of dance over the body, just like you. No. Mm-mm.
Nope, just kick it.
Nope.
When you guys get to about right here, he's gonna wherever you want to be, Skyward, but right about there, the orc is gonna notice, or the archers are gonna signal down to the orc below and pointing your direction, and the orc will turn and look at you guys and start approaching to about here before he gets any closer. He holds his hand up. He goes, "That's far enough. I believe that we gave you the courtesy of your outposts due to all your belly grumbling. We don't want you back here. We told you if you came back, we'd give you a special treat. We won't have any naysayers in Ragnar's camp. What are you guys doing here?" And he starts to examine the halfling that you have in tote.
And I say, we found this halfling skulking about, spying and trying to slip past our camp. And we feel that, I mentioned one of the names, Ragor, was it?
Ragnar.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Or whoever the leader would be, may like to interrogate her. And I have performance, persuasion, and deception. Would that be persuasion?
Go ahead and give me persuasion. I don't think you are. Let me think here.
It was truth.
"Quote unquote," you're not lying. You're kind of
Yeah.
telling the truth.
Yep.
You have someone from this.
Complete truth.
It's
That's
your.
what makes it believable.
So go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Skyward growls at
25.
Anika.
He
Hey.
kind of looks her over. I guess putting up a watch has not been for nothing. It's been uneventful here for as long as we got here. Bet Ragnar would like to see some of the fruits of his labor, and these guards
And,
producing something.
and then I say, we believe this is one of the group of whatever this group is called. I don't remember again.
Karuda.
Yeah. That have been working against your plans to recover
Their
the keys.
plans.
Their plans, our plans
No,
to recover
theirs.
the keys.
Go ahead.
I love how Anika is like correcting him.
Oh, yeah, she is.
So quick questions. Is Anika still carrying all her weapons, which is like an instrument, I know, but is she carrying an instrument or any other equipment on her still willfully?
Could we retroact that? Could Skybor have Anika's stuff and then he turns into a wolf?
I mean, really, Anika only has like 2 weapons. You want them?
Because
Oh.
it will literally be right next to you, but yet it won't be visible.
Yes.
Or no, more it would be more believable if they were wrapped up in like a pack and slung on the back of the wolf, because she wouldn't be out here without weapons and such, right? So we captured her with the weapons. We have them tied to the wolf, or
Yeah, that's
hooked
better.
up to
Like
the
that.
wolf, and they're still right next to her.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it looks
and-
like
Shoot,
we're
I
bringing her
can
stuff.
put the flute in my boot anyway, so yeah.
Okay. You're hiding a flute in your boot. Okay, that will come up here in a second. That might, or I should say it will. It might come up. So thanks for letting me know that you're hiding the flute in your boot. So, okay. He kind of shouts back over to you. He goes, after kind of examining Anika, seeing that she has no weapons on her person, he does see that you have a bundle of equipment on the wolf's back. He goes, "Well, Karuda, if we found a member of Karuda, we know that Karuda's our group. So There's got to be more of them around here. Did you already stop your investigation, you moron? He kind of like snaps back at you. Where are the others?
Oh.
The wolf growls at Anika. Grr.
Impatient with your response, he'll then eventually say, "That's why we sent you out there in the first place. What am I expecting? I shouldn't be expecting a whole lot from you lot.
So
Are you done? Are you done belly aching about Ragnar? Are you gonna start following his command? Following his command and stop griping about it? Because there won't be a banishment next time. We'll just take care of you like our good friend here." As he points to the guy lying on the ground. That's what too much belly aching gets you in Ragnar's camp now.
I, for one, don't plan to bellyache.
Give me actually insight check, Salim and Anika. And go ahead, Skybor, as well.
Insight.
Okay. You don't notice much from across most of the creatures that are now kind of eyeing the situation and getting involved in what's happening on the events on the bridge. You'll see out of all of them, most of them don't waver and seem to be supported. Even the archers still have their bows drawn, ready to strike down even you, for presumably members of Riders of the Storm. One of the humans, though, in the back, you'll notice does seem to flinch on what's going on as the orc speaks about Ragnar and his basically his merciless tyranny on the clan right now. But back to your immediate events and happening as the orc kind of addressing and being rude to you, Salim, but it kind of matches his expectations at the moment. Is there anything you'd like to respond with, or to his questions about your attitude in Ragnar?
You're muted if you're trying to talk.
Yes, thank you. I just said a whole paragraph. Salim says, well, actually, there are some of us that are disgruntled with the disgruntledness of our leadership. We don't agree with them going against Ragnar. We believe that that's the right path to follow. There are many more of us that believe this than not. It's just that leadership is the ones who are causing the issues.
The Riders of the Storm will always follow the one in charge. And Zalak has placed Ragnar as our leader while he's away with Papyrus. I thought your expulsion might have taught you a thing or two during your absence. He seems frustrated.
You misunderstand me. The grumbling, we are against there's a group of us that are against the grumbling. We do not believe that we should be grumbling. We believe that we should be aiding in this endeavor as much as possible.
The orc, now understanding, holds his hand up to the large troll that was starting to make his way over to your group, and start to head towards you and Anika. It pauses. Keep an eye on you. Take the prisoner into camp. Ragnar would definitely like to meet one of these members of Karuda that Sivius and Papyrus have been talking about so often. He kind of steps over to the side. And
Who's Ragnar?
Ragnar is the.
Oh no, Anika asked that just to kind of be a pain in the ass.
Oh.
I slap her.
Ow.
Shut up, bitch.
Ragnar.
What?
Know your
Ragnar.
place.
No.
And I
Right.
am an expert at performance, so the slap didn't really do any damage.
I don't know,
It
Anika
just
played it up.
looked bad.
Because same.
Okay.
Bite your tongue and spit some blood out.
The orc seems pleased with
I think she
this
swallows it.
response. Just everything she could do to just piss off. Just do what the anti of what you asked. I love it.
She has a reputation to uphold.
The orc will stand to the side, step off to the side, and motion you to follow the massive troll that was coming to receive the hostage. He starts to take steps indoors the camp. Do you guys follow along?
I grab her by the hair and pull her along, and I say, "Woof, follow."
Grr.
What, no command?
I'm pulling her by the hair.
She just ends up doing that thing that kids do when they're trying to lessen the slack and just includes herself to you.
He moves out of the way. And he starts to lead you past the interior ruined walls that lay in rubbles, just past the bridge. Taking you closer and closer, or past the bridge, you'll start to get a better visual on the grand camp that you are seeing, where several members of the Riders of the Storm lay in wait for their next commands. As you see ahead, large, massive vault doors open. And again, more of the engravings and glyphs of the celestial and of the hells and heavens kind of in constant struggle with one another. You'll also see some more of that animated, this magical animation of this conflict. You guys-
Do the glyphs look like they've always been fighting like that, or like someone made them start trying to fight with each other?
No, it looks like they're trying to tell some kind of history or story of just the constant battle between the heavens and hells over. You know what? Give me a history check, Anika. Let's see how aware in this high stress situation you are. So, Anika, you spent so much time in books, and you know there's nothing like specifically about what this battle is, but you are able to kind of understand what the imagery is basically showing. Especially with your knowledge of the relics and previous cycles, it all to someone else without that understanding, it might be lost on them. But with your group's experience, you will kind of be able to tell that it seems like there's the way that the planes all kind of coexist within the world of Fantasia, and how the heavens and hells kind of wrap around all the world of Fantasia, and how they're separated by the astral plane, but there's this constant conflict, and how these battles have been kind of fought cycle after cycle, with one champion always seeming to rise above the other side. So it's kind of depicting some of that kind of struggle, where you've seen stuff about this like in the material plane, but this is probably the first kind of semblance of seeing history on, in the spiritual realm as well. You do see a massive tent in the center with a large beast laid out front, slaughtered and being prepared for food and a massive feast. How far do you guys go away from the bridge? Or are you guys okay with splitting the party, and Cronus and Lorna, you just guys are hiding out underneath for now?
Lorna was just about to message Anika in the Earring of Whispers, and I was just gonna type that out. But Anika will hear, "Hey, I can hear you made it across the bridge. What? How are we supposed to get up?
That's a good fucking question.
Yeah, we didn't really plan this out. We thought it would all go wrong.
You have a very persuasive person.
Yeah. So,
Well, that's you both. You guys are a pretty persuasive group.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it goes well.
Let me
Yeah,
see if
Nika.
Let me see if I can do Ragnar first.
okay, yeah, maybe just holler. I don't know that I can fly for a long time, but I'll be here till I fall.
I don't think it'll take that long.
I hope not.
As we were coming across, we passed the bridge and walked up through the ruins and stuff. What is the layout beyond that? Are there more guards around? Is it a massive camp with lots of people and one large tent in the middle, or?
It is a camp with quite a few people bustling around. And this is I'm gonna just real quick say something above table. Just because this is newer style, maybe a different style, but just because. So what I'll do is oftentimes is like if you guys go to a ship or a city, you're not gonna necessarily fight every denizen of that camp, but like the warriors of that camp will definitely respond to the call to battle if from a mechanics perspective. I just want to give you that insight. So.
Okay.
Just I might say there's like 40 people. That doesn't mean you're gonna have to fight all 40 people.
Okay.
It may mean that when someone casts a fireball, instead of just killing the one guy, they kill 10 people at the same time with that fireball. I'll do stuff like that narratively.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
just I'm not saying to lessen the risk or the feeling of danger. I just didn't want you to feel like if I say something like you're gonna fight or there's 50 people in this camp or whatever, you don't have to fight all 50. But yes, you go in here and you'll see that there's quite a few members of the Riders of Storm. Lots of tents, different. You'll see trolls, humans, orcs, all kind of going around and tending to different responsibilities around the camp. And you'll see near the center where that massive game is being prepared for slaughter, a large tent in the center. You see quite a few people. Again, you're seeing probably 50 to 80 some members of the Riders of Storm. There's quite a few domineering members of this fort, though, that seem that they've seen. They're not as green as some of the other members, and they seem a little bit more weathered by war a little bit more. You guys are now I'd say about 200 to 300 feet away from the bridge as you guys are making your way inward. As you guys arrive to the center of this camp, you'll be almost close to 600, 700 feet, or you'll be 700 feet away from the bridge. Just for perspective, I'm not saying you have to do anything, just for relationship to where you guys all are at.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should stop and basically ambush the people on the bridge, if that would bring the camp in. Because our other two, I don't think are going to get in.
I mean, do you want to cause a scene instead?
So, real quick, the orc guy on the bridge, is he still there or did he follow the group?
After they passed by, he would have kind of start walking back to his normal kind of position and patrol. Before he does that, did you want to try to do something as he starts to kind of walk back to his patrol route? Because you are in a good spot where you could, if you wanted to do something, respond. But that's up to you. That would probably obviously give away your position.
Yeah, no, not yet. I would actually wait for him to kind of walk away.
Okay.
And then... Oh... Like, I'm really feeling good about trying to do this.
I mean, do we want to cause a scene? Those of us that are inside?
I mean, you're not with me right now.
I know.
Laura's just looking at Cronus like putting her hand across her.
you guys no longer are strategizing with Lorna and Chris, which is very scary.
Yeah.
This can go either really good or really poorly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
For sure.
I would actually motion over towards Lorna and try to gesture like a countdown of I want to pull the ranger up over the edge.
She just puts her hands up in front of her like, no, and then she'll kind of like motion to like the center and down a little bit, so then they can at least talk in a whisper to each other. Like if they're like 20 feet down, whispering under the bridge.
You guys can do so. I will say while you guys are whispering, Anika, Salim, and Skybor, the bar or the escort is taking you deeper into the tent.
Into the camp.
Or into the camp, yes. So
I,
I'll just frame of reference because if you guys were to stop and like, I don't want to go this much further, that's obviously going to be noticed by the person that's leading you to Ragnar. So
Can I say, hold on a minute, I gotta pee?
Grr.
give me a persuasion check.
Meeting the big boss really make you that nervous?
I'm 60, I pee a lot.
Okay, it's your first time meeting the big boss.
He kind of grunts in frustration and motions you to go relieve yourself. He does reach out, however, for Anika and her manacles to kind of keep her with him.
That's fine.
Yay!
Oh,
Person holding my leash.
so
Are
you
there
got-
others close around that would see us if something happened?
I mean, yeah, you guys are still within eyesight of this guy, and there's some people moving around in the camp that you're approaching. They're about 150 feet out from you still, but you're about there. I need to make sure that measurement's right. How far is it?
Potentially
It's 100.
very bad idea.
Someone would have to notice, but it's not impossible that someone wouldn't notice because it is right out on the outskirts of their tent, and there's quite a few. Like I said, there's about 80 riders here.
Has
Lauren,
this
go ahead.
troll been speaking common?
What's that?
The guy that's now holding my leash. Common? Speaking?
What are you disguised as again?
Myself.
Salim? No,
It's
sorry.
not disguised.
No, Salim. I mean, are you a human or are you an orc or what? were you
I'm disguised as a human.
Okay, he would just respond in common, but he to Salim when Salim asked to go to the restroom. You're welcome to try to say something to him if you want. But he seems kind of just sitting there patiently waiting for Salim to finish his potty break.
Alright.
I was thinking of doing a spell, but I would need time, because... Yeah.
So real quick, what are you doing, Salim, as you go to take your potty break? And then I want to zoom back over to Cronus and Anika. Okay, so you're just going to pretend to pee for a minute. So back to you, Cronus and Lorna. You guys are
2 minutes.
huddled underneath the bridge and
Mm-hmm.
strategizing. So please resume.
Okay, so like they're moving further in. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's a good idea. Let me just quickly like message her. Hey, Anika, we're getting a little bit antsy here. Boots last 10 minutes. Cool. So she's probably found a ledge. Well, shit. My boots are gonna run out like real quick. We need to either go or just not.
I mean, I feel like the best thing is just rip them over the edge.
Cronus is suggesting we just pull these guys over the edge and start a little fight.
I mean, that could work. Salim's pretending to pee, and I could try and get this dude under my control.
Okay, let's make it happen. Okay,
Alright.
it's happening. She nods to Cronus and points up and motions that they're gonna go over, and she'll fly up with her last little bit and rage and pull him over.
And then I will rage and pull my
wait.
person.
Can Anika say, like, wait, can you give me, like, 60 seconds?
Ma-
Or,
Make it a quick 60 seconds.
Yep.
Blizz.
So, Anika just starts going on this spiel to this dude about, like, how Ragnar, that was his name, and the two tieflings whose name I can't remember at the moment, are gonna lose, you're on the losing side, and all of these things, and really you should just listen to what I say, and not attack any member of Karuta, and really just try and get your brothers to be peaceful. And I'm gonna try and cast Gaze on him.
And Skyboard's going to like look at him in wolf form and like, you should listen to her.
Yes.
So I need him to make a wisdom save. After a minute, assuming nothing happens. To distract him.
Thought Geese was a higher level than 5.
No, the casting time is what gets it. It's a minute. Fails.
Also, we can't hear you if you're talking silent.
Shoot, sorry. I was reading the spell. Yes, so he fails the saving throw. He is under your suggestions, it sounds like. It doesn't sound like necessarily he has to follow your suggestions. I'm confused.
Oh, you can
Doesn't
try
seem-
and fight them.
But I'm
It
saying it
just
doesn't seem like
hurts.
he's... Oh, no, he is charmed by you. Got it. Okay, so he is charmed.
Yeah.
for you.
No, he's not charmed. He's just that if he doesn't do what she says, he takes damage.
Well, no, it does say while
It's
the creature is charmed.
While the creature's charmed by you, but that doesn't necessarily mean in that same sense. So let me see, hang out the... Please magic command on a creature that you can see within a force state to carry out some service or refrain from an action. Of course, activity you decide the creature can escape must succeed a wisdom save to be charmed for you duration. Okay, so it would while the creature's charmed.
So it doesn't necessarily take away his free will, but anytime he tries to harm us, or
So basically, from what I'm reading, is if he passes the saving throw, or if he passes or if he fails the saving throw, he has to kind of do what you command. But if he passes the saving throw, he can choose to disobey your command, but then he takes damage. How does it break? Is this a concentration or
no. It's 30 days, or I assume you could probably remove it with remove curse or greater restoration. I've had a DM rule.
That being said, this does say specifically you have to give it a specific command though.
Yep.
So what is the exact conditions of your command?
So after, like, right at the end of that long spiel, and it looks like it's about to take effect, and he just goes, "Go to the bridge, distract the others, do not hurt Karuta."
Could have just said aid Karuta, then we'll have an ally for 30 days.
Oh, didn't think of that. It's very possible she would have, though.
So you said go back to the bridge.
Distract the
Yeah.
others, and if I could change it, because Nika's a little smarter than me, aid Karuta.
That's a couple commands. What do you want
It's a
to?
compound sentence.
So you can give it a magical command. What would you like it to do?
Aid Karuta.
I'm gonna say that that will work. It's not immediately putting his life in basically certain death, but obviously helping you guys will result in him being certainly killed, but
Not suicidal.
it's not physically killed that way, which I would kind of interpret as the intent of that spell. So, it will just kind of look at you, and it failed its wisdom save throw, and it will it will confusingly nod at you, as if it's going to follow your command. This is last for how long? You said again? It lasts until
30
lesser
days.
restoration. 30 days. Or
Greater
remove curse.
restoration, remove curse, or wish.
Got it. Okay. He is currently under your command.
And so
We have an intern now.
Well,
go to the bridge, distract the guards.
well, no. You said to aid Karuta. What is your command? You got.
Okay, so aid Karuta would be like the overarching command. Doesn't say I can't give him orders while that is the overarching command. So otherwise, the dude's gonna stand there.
Agree to carry out some service or refrain from some action of course duty or activity as you decide. So there's a very specific. It's very specific. This is not like a charm person spell or a. Unless I'm incorrect, this is how I understand the spell. Have you guys seen this used? Is that? I mean, that's how I'm reading this, and they're very specific with their wording for.
Then may I attempt to persuade him to go to the bridge in order to help me? Please? Giving him ideas.
He doesn't have to fight. He just has to,
Distract them.
yeah.
It's like theoretically he could say no, but that would be not aiding if I'm asking for his help, right?
He could probably aid us in a different way.
You can tell it to perform one action or service or refrain from an action or course activity as you decide. So,
Just time to go sit in a corner and sleep for 30 days.
you could tell him to do that. You could tell him to go to the bridge and cause a distraction. You can tell him to go to the bridge and start fighting his former allies. But you have to give him a specific instruction.
Distract your allies.
Which
away
one
from the
is he a
bridge.
member of? Which one is he a member of?
He's a member of the Riders. I'm not sure I understand your question.
There's not another group. They're all the same.
I thought there were the orc,
The orc's part of the riders.
They're
but
all
he
Riders.
talks against the riders, so it seemed like
He talked against the ones that are kind of banished to the ones we snuck
oh,
past.
I see.
Basically, those that keep complaining about the Ragnar, he's not hearing it anymore.
Time to go up to the orc and start complaining.
Distract the bridge.
Okay. He's going to start walking away from you. We're kind of getting to like the final minute of your boots, Lorna and Cronus. What are you all doing as he starts walking towards the bridge?
You know, she was counting, she got to 60. She's like, I gave her a minute. In the ring, she's like, I'm doing it. And she'll motion to Cronus and I'll rage and pull him over the side.
As the orc's heading up, she goes, distraction's coming.
Oh, okay.
No. Cronus will do the same thing. He'll rage right before he reaches over to pull the archer over the edge.
Okay. So after the conversation with Anika, and your 1 minute of time left on your boots, the orc, or the, I'm sorry, the guy returning from Anika's command is going to be about here before he gets to the bridge. Go ahead and give me stealth checks, Lorna and Anika. Or sorry, Lorna and Cronus.
I'm guessing pass without traces down.
Pass without a trace will go at the same time as this,
Okay.
as your boots. That should
Okay.
be wrapped up. You guys really had like
Perfect.
15 minutes left to pass without a trace before you started
Whew.
this whole bridge scenario.
Yeah. 27.
So 27. Okay, 29. That passes it, those are passive. So you guys have got surprise on them. I'm going to remove all turns. Clear. All right. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Everyone or just them?
Everyone, but they will only have the surprise round this time.
Wow.
Jesus.
What the hell? It's not letting me.
Man, we are not doing so good.
Your arrow's on Cronus, that's why.
Oh. There we go. I was 20 get the first time around. 8-2.
Is this an ability check?
Initiative?
Yeah.
I think it is considered an ability check, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or it's no. I don't
yeah,
know.
it is.
It is.
It
Okay.
is?
Yeah.
So I have reliable talent that says if I roll a 9 or lower, I can treat it as a 10. So that would change mine to a 15.2.
Go for it. All right. Let me make sure I got everyone here. I got the Stormcaller, Frostbringer, Tempest, and Frost. All right, let me go ahead and resort these. This guy, let me just give him a symbol that he is charmed, so he's trying to cause a distraction. I'll say that he's already kind of heading down there, waving his arms, just because he's not going to be able to get there with all the time how things work. But he's already trying to cause a distraction, catching the attention of the rangers on board for sure. Lorna and Cronus, let's go ahead and go through the surprise round. Lorna, you go first. What would you like to do?
Okay, so bonus action, she will rage. Let's take one of those off. And then she is going to she's going to fly up and quickly kind of loop her arm through this, what is this creature beside her?
Roll.
A troll. Okay, that's the word. She's gonna loop her arm through the troll's arm and yank it down into the void of nothingness below her.
So we're gonna just use like a modified shove rule here. So go
Yeah.
ahead and give me an athletics or acrobatics check, and I will do so for the
Okay.
ranger.
She's normally at disadvantage because she's exhausted. Advantage because she's raging. So straight roll for her. Let's take off pass without a trace.
Oh wait, shoot! I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong character sheet. This is a ranger. Let me get
Well,
the
he would have failed anyway because barbarians are stronger.
Rawr!
acrobatics.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Oh no! She
You reach over. You reach over to grab his arm and tug him over, and he.
Did you say it was a surprise?
It is surprise. Go ahead and roll with advantage too.
Well, no, so wouldn't he have disadvantage?
Yeah. Let me check the
advantage on
rules.
checks.
I will check.
I'm curious about that.
You
I could
know
be
you gotta-
wrong.
condition surprised.
That is a great question. Combat surprise. Um,
Creatures who have the surprise condition, which prevents them from moving, acting, or reacting. Surprise condition ends. Blah blah blah.
yeah, it doesn't look like it gives them disadvantage. Just they can't do anything during the surprise round if they're surprised.
Yeah.
So,
So if you
yeah,
can't take a reaction, then could he actually do that?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's still
not
a
a
shove
reaction.
mechanic. It's him contesting you, trying to yank him over. He's still allowed
Okay.
to do it, like just like a shove or other. So
Fate
Son
token.
of a bitch.
Yeah, fate token
On him?
Yeah,
on yourself. You might roll higher.
I'll do it on him because he has to.
Yeah. Like I'm almost tempted for him to roll it because he.
Yeah,
What do you guys think? Because there's only 4 left, and I don't want to.
go for it.
This is the type of shenanigans that's meant
Fuck
for.
it. Fine. Fate token for him to re-roll.
all right, here we go.
God.
Fail.
Hey.
As you yank on his arm and you topple, he gets a little top heavy, especially since he's turned and shifted his
Yep.
balance to look at the troll that's coming towards the bridge, waving his arm as if something went wrong. He's kind of alarmed at that. You catch him off tilt and you yank his arm, pulling him over the edge as he starts to fall and skip off the rock side of the cliff, and eventually his form gets lost in the shimmering light from below. And you don't hear anything, but he keeps screaming as he plummets to his death. Okay.
Cool. Well, that was one of her actions, because it's technically an attack, is a grapple. So, she'll move over here, land on the ground with, like, a few minutes to spare on her boots, and, try and stab this guy.
He's on lower ground, but you easily can jump that wall and get on the ground with him if you want. So you could get to about like there.
Perfect.
And
She
go
just
ahead
land
and make your
behind
attack.
him. Land behind him, stab him in the back, maybe. So I don't have advantage, right? No.
Wait, on surprise rounds, do you get multi attacks?
Yeah, it's like
I
a
would-
whole round.
That's right. You're right. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. But I don't get advantage because they're not. Okay. Fuck it, I'll reckless this. Yeah, reckless crit weapon master. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm going crazy. 24.
Holy cow, that's definitely gonna hit.
Woo! For 33 points of damage.
33, you said? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You've caught him off guard, and he is now looking in your direction. Anything else with your turn?
That is her turn.
Cronus, what would you like to do, sir?
Same thing as her,
Okay, go ahead and give me athletics or acrobatics.
but I have it at advantage. And
Okay, you have advantage, you said?
yep, because I'm raging.
Okay. All right, and so 823. So you do similar fashion. You yank on the distracted troll, and he also topples over and falls off the cliffside, starting to fall down into the white light below. You are now on top of the ramparts. What would you like to do?
So real quick, is this actually a ballista right here?
No.
Damn. Okay. But amazing to turn and just shoot it down at the orc.
You know what? I didn't think about it. I just kind of stole the map, but
No, we're good. I'll just jump off and punch him on the way down.
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking about that, but they wouldn't really have a ballista. They would have much cruder tools and weapons.
Mhm.
So yeah. So you jump down there for the orc, okay? And did you want to do? What did you want to do? Once you
So
land there?
I will do. On my way down, I'll pull my swords out and go at it. 22.
22 is going to hit.
So 28 points of damage, and I will use a key point.
This character sheet up here. Yep. Okay. So you're using. I'm sorry. What are you using? Stunning strike on him.
Yes.
Okay.
Con save 17.
Here we go. Oh no! As he becomes stunned, you will take a little damage. He has something called Icy Counter. You'll take 1d8 worth of cold damage, which we have since I think you are cold resistant to 4.
Yes. Okay.
So you'll take 4 points of cold damage, but he is now stunned. That's going to bring us to the top of the initiative order for regular combat. Did I get it right? Yep, Anika, you're up first. What would you like to do? As you are currently in manacles, you don't have. Wait, hold on 1 second. When
No,
you cast
I'm in
when you-
staged rope tied.
real quick. How do you cast that charm spell on him without your?
Verbal components.
You don't need an arcane focus.
Mm-mm.
Okay, for the gate, that spell.
Yeah, it just says the components are verbal.
Okay.
So
All right. Well then, let's go. So, what would you like to do next? As you are, and you're still bound with the ropes.
which were tied so I could get out of them easily. So I'm gonna get out of them.
Oh, you guys did not say that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Actually,
you?
yeah.
I said I'm
Yeah.
a performer, a magician, and I can set up the
Okay.
ropes.
And then
My bad.
and
Okay. Yep.
I
go
countered
ahead.
that
Okay.
Anika was halfway through tying them the same way. So yeah. So I'll just chuck that, put it in on the pack Skybor has. That's mine.
Okay.
Just kind of look at the other two. So should we help them or?
We were so close.
Lorna's boots were gonna run out. So Anika will just kind of move in between them and I guess hold a Eldritch Blast for this dude if something goes sideways. So if he moves to attack Lorna or Cronus, I'll attack this guy. Otherwise, just waiting for them to show up.
Which one, the barbarian or
The big one right here.
Okay, so if he attacks the one, you're going to fire at him. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, go ahead and fire at him. This guy is going to run over here to Lorna.
Okay.
You just hop the wall. So go ahead and fire at your shot.
Yep. Guessing the 13 misses.
13 does miss. Yep. The others do hit, though, for 16,
And
33,
23.
39 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and this guy is going to make his attacks at Lorna. Let me get him
Oh,
open
no.
here.
They are at advantage.
As he runs up to you, Lorna, as you leap before the druid, you'll hear him kind of roar and pound on his chest and grab his great axe from over his shoulder that's made of some cold iron and pieces of glacier ice that makes up the great axe he wields. You'll see that he goes into a rage and he is going to make a reckless attack against you.
Okay.
And he's going to swing 1 for a 28 and a 27.
Uh-huh.
And you will take 19 points of slashing.
Okay.
Hold on.
9.
That is missing the cold damage. That's not showing up. Let me fix that real quick. So those both hit. So let me roll 2d8. 6 points of cold damage from those swings as well.
Okay.
And then I will need a Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie.
Or 2 of them, actually. I'm sorry. Pass and
Oof.
pass. Oh,
Just.
those are close. Those
Yeah.
are close for you.
She's having a rough day, okay?
I think it's this sucker say, or this either save or
Mhm.
yeah. I don't think it does anything. Yeah, you don't take any extra damage since you passed the saves. Okay, that's going to end his turn. This guy is going to run down here. There's not a lot of things left to distract. So he's going to get down here and see that guy's over there, and he's going to start trying to wave over at the other troll to get his attention, but he's obviously going to start running over there in his next turn when he gets that movement. Lorna, it is your turn again. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, how bad does little dude look?
He's not awful, but he's not awful. But he
Okay.
definitely got hurt by your last attack.
Okay. I feel like this big person, this big orc, is a bit more of a problem to her. So they reckless last time. So I will attack at advantage.
Boy.
I'm just gonna do 2 swings at that. 23 and 26.
Those both hit. Rage counts as the slashing damage, right? Or is it a different type of damage? Is it force damage, or is it?
No, I'm pretty sure it's the same. So that will be 3 on each of those. So 25 plus 3 is the 28. 5. Do you want me to calculate it out for you?
What are you getting the +3 for?
Rage.
It's the rage. So I'm separating your rage and cosmic.
Yeah, if you don't mind. That way, I just
Yeah.
need to know, because the cosmic he'll take full, but he will only take half the other damage.
Okay, so 28 plus 19 plus 6 divided by 2. So 26 plus 18 cosmic.
All right,
Cool.
got it.
Cool.
Awesome.
And then bonus action, she is going to... She's not resistant, so she's going to pat herself on the chest and give herself the temporary hit points.
Okay.
Of 9.
Excellent. I know we're past the magic hour, guys, but let's just go ahead and just finish up this rotation, and then we'll pause there
Okay.
for the night. Anything else, Lorna, you'd like to do?
Nope, that is her turn.
All right, Salim, is there anything you'd like to do as you finish up your potty break?
Okay, so the camp is about 1,000 feet away. Are they
No,
too far?
No, they're like the camp. Like to get to the exterior of the camp, you're only like maybe 150, 200 feet from where you're at right now.
Okay. So are they too far to notice all this?
Apparently, a lot of this is taking place at the bridge.
Okay.
You don't notice any. You don't notice any movement as of yet. No one has fired off any loud spells as of yet. I don't think Eldritch Blast, I don't think, makes a noise besides when it hits its target, but nothing explosive.
All right, so I'll move down towards them. And the smaller guy attacking Lorna is human?
Mhm.
All right, I'll shoot him with a short bow with a sneak attack.
Okay. Ooh,
30.
there you go.
That's a natural 20.
All right.
So
You can just click
got
on.
my sneak attack and my cosmic.
Mhm.
Already. There you go.
Wow, 68 or no 58 sneak and then 14 piercing, so that's 60, 72. He does not look good at all. Actually, wait, hold on. You might have actually got him. Let me make sure. I'm not. You got him. All right, the druid falls dead after that shot from your short bow.
All right. And then that's it for me.
Okay. It's gonna skip past him then, bringing us to the rangers. They're both dead. Bringing us to Cronus. What would you like to do, sir? As you are looking at a stunned orc knight.
Alright. Well, here's the problem. Is this guy here just ran up on me. What is he doing? He's just like waving his arms?
Yeah, he's just waving his arms menacingly at now towards the other troll.
Okay, so what I would do is, because I don't necessarily trust the situation, I would back away and see if he tries to attack me.
Nope, he will not attack you.
Okay, so that kind of tells me that it's some sort of Anika shenanigans.
Yeah.
And I will go ahead and keep pulling for flurry of blows and do my 4 attacks into this guy.
Okay.
And they're all at advantage because he's stunned. So 17's the lowest.
17 is the lowest. The 17 is a miss. And 19 is a miss. 30 and the 23 both hit.
Okay, so it's 20, 16, 36.
All right.
And then do my normal thing, con save.
Okay. Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Still stunned. All right. Anything else?
No, that'll be it. Do I need to do a frost damage or?
Yes, you do. Oh shoot. I think I forgot to do something for you too, Lorna. Let me double check my notes.
Uh-oh.
Nope. You're good on the troll. It's not. This is a Frost Knight thing. That's what it was. Okay. I can
Okay.
counter. So you'll do 2d8 of cold damage. You'll take 14, which you'll have to 7. And that brings us to Skywar, who is still in wolf form.
Yep. He's gonna run over to where they're at.
Okay.
Am I exactly where I'm at on the map, or?
Correct. If you were keeping with the Salim and Anika, you would be right there with Anika and where the frost troll was at before he got.
No, I mean, like, am I actually 80 feet from this thing?
Yes, you are.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to run over here and I want to. That's going to take my action. So I'm going to basically, be flanking with Lorna.
Okay. Anything else with your turn?
That's everything.
All right. This guy's stunned, and that's going to bring us to the top of the order. And we are 10 minutes over, so I think this is a good spot to wrap up for the night. We'll pick up here, and you guys will have cleared the bridge and be. For a moment, we'll have peace before, at least until the camp catches on what has happened. Is there anything else you guys would like to do or do tonight before we wrap it up?
I'm okay.
No, I'm good.
Gonna cause
Alright,
chaos
Karen.
next week.
What's that?
We could resort back to our regular plan of sneak and see what happens.
Oh yeah, totally.
Now that we're past the door.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, we got to take out these guys quietly.
Guy. Oh no, guys, yeah, there's the orc. I mean, theoretically, we're pretty good at that.